Hey everybody, welcome back to one of my budgeting videos. This is going to be an update on my digital and actual cash envelopes. I have not done one of these in a while. I would like to say that I've still been doing all the tracking and everything in the background and just haven't had time to make a video, but that would be a bold-faced lie. I haven't really been tracking. I have been like deducting the money out of my budget and moving it over onto the prepaid credit card that I use for my variable spending. If you're new here, where I live, the majority of places don't like accepting cash. So what once used to be actual physical cash envelopes, I still refer to them as such, but the majority of them are actually just digital spending now. So I take the amount that I would have originally pulled out as cash and put into an envelope and used for my variable spending for my pay periods, and instead I move it over to a prepaid MasterCard that I then tap everywhere. And yeah, I figure because it's a prepaid card, I can't overspend. So there's still sort of that limitation, the same way there is when there's cash, where once the money's out of the envelope, it's out of the envelope. It does allow me, because it all just goes in there as one lump sum, so I can sort of borrow from one category to another if I need to, because in my budgeting world, moving the money in between the categories, if you need to do that, it's completely fine, as long as by the end of the pay period you're not in the negatives. To me, I don't think it should matter if you pull extra from miscellaneous to cover fun or something like that. Now, I do have a category in my cash envelopes that is a combination of cash and digital money, and that is for my cat Striker, because his pet store does still take cash, and so I like to have some cash on hand for him. But I do also keep some of his digital, but not on the prepaid credit card. I actually keep it in my regular checking account, in my bank account. And that's because sometimes I buy things for him, say like on Instacart, like if I want to get his litter delivered or something like that, or purchase something online for him, just some other item. That way I have digital money. I don't have to go and put cash back into the bank to be able to then pay for it. So it just kind of balances out well for me, and I just keep track of the money in cash and digital form. So I have this notebook that I was using for tracking my cash envelopes, and I keep sort of trying different ways of using it throughout the year, and then I end up going on kind of gaps where I stop using it altogether, and then I try to get reorganized with it. So this past week I've been really about figuring out how to pay off my line of credit, which the video for that might go up before this one, I might go up after this one, I'm not really sure, but there will be a video up at some point about my new plan and strategy towards paying off my line of credit. Spoiler note, the math didn't math on that one. So, and it's going to be long. So if you do watch it, make sure you have a cup of tea and a cookie ready to keep you going throughout the whole thing. But so my digital cash envelopes, because I move the money over still, and I do use the prepaid MasterCard to make the payments still, I was just sort of guessing that if I was okay in a category or not. Like, I would know that if I did my budget on a Friday and then I did my grocery shopping on a Saturday, I knew how much I had put into the budget for the grocery shopping, so I tried not to pull like more than half of that out for that week's groceries. But otherwise I really wasn't tracking very well. I think it would have worked out a little bit better, but this weekend I went away just on like a little day excursion, and it cost a lot more than expected, and I used my prepaid MasterCard to pay for that, knowing that I had money sitting in miscellaneous that I had earmarked for something but I hadn't spent yet, and I had money in the fun category that also I had earmarked for something but had not spent yet, and I had leftover money in the grocery category, and so I was just sort of like, it's all gonna balance out. And so it did, it absolutely did. And I've sort of recategorized the money that is sitting in the digital world, like that's sitting on the prepaid MasterCard, so that it's all categorized out, and I now know how much is in each category. I've updated the little tracking sheets that I have for them, and I'm gonna try again. I'm hoping that because I'm really sort of refocusing, because of wanting to pay off a line of credit, that will extend out to other areas of my budget in terms of like not using the credit card and being more careful with my digital cash spending and just keeping a better eye on things. So here is what I have figured out. There's not really much math to be done on camera, if any, I think at this point, because I did it all in advance. You just get to see the results of all of the hard work. So let's start with the cash to get it out of the way. This is Striker's cash. case you could not tell from the pretty colors, I'm in Canada. So here is his old paper tracker. What I had done was made these little inserts to put into little envelopes because I missed having the tactile thing of like cash in an envelope. So my workaround for that was to have envelopes that I was putting these little tracker sheets in and carrying with me and updating them when I go out. Strikers, however, does have cash, so I actually don't carry his with me at all times because I'm not comfortable carrying cash anymore. But that is also a benefit of having his money digital, is that if I do buy something for him when I'm out and I don't actually have his envelope with me, it's fine because I have digital money for him that I can pull from. So the last time I updated it was in May. That is not the last time I shopped for him, clearly, but it's just the last time I updated this sheet. So as of August 19th, he has $103.65 in cash and $206.89 digital sitting in my bank account. So this is the cash. So 2, 4, 60, 70, 80, 95, 6, 7, 8, 9, 101, 102, 103, and 25, 35, 45, 55, 65. So it is all there. Although I need to swap out one of the toonies because it's black. It's a commemorative one from when the Queen died, and I'm never going to spend it. So I'm gonna have to swap that out. Yeah. So his cash. Let me just get this up. His cash actually does live in here. Well, that didn't work. I was trying to spread the coins around a little bit and they spread too far. So his money is in there, and I'm putting his tracking sheet back in there. I do actually have to go and buy him some litter and a couple other things. So I might put this in my purse and take it with me when I go out tomorrow after work to my physio appointment, because then maybe if I'm feeling well enough, I can stop by and pick up some of his stuff. But so his envelope is nice and easy and sort of self-contained, and the only one with physical cash in it. So the only one that has like the extra work of that. So his is done, and I have in this book his category here as of August 19th is the breakdown of how much he has in cash and in digital. So his cash envelope is done. Now the rest of them, because there's no cash involved for these ones, the categories are fun, takeout, miscellaneous, gas, physio, and groceries. Because none of these actually have real cash, I put all of the trackers just into one singular envelope, and then I just carry that envelope around, and hopefully I remember to take a pen. And when I do my grocery shopping, I sit in the car when I get back to the parking lot, and I just take a quick minute to write in there like Safeway minus X number of dollars. So again, these ones, I haven't updated any of these since like April or May, depending on when like the last purchases were. Takeout is really blank because I took takeout out of my variable spending because I can't afford to have it, but I kept a sheet for it because I do hope to one day be able to bring it back. Fun has a balance of $38.36 in it right now. Groceries has $81. Physio has 19. Gas, well, this is really supposed to be Transpo, but I wrote these out before I changed the category name to Transpo because it's gas, but also if I have to pay for parking somewhere, so just transportation fees. So this category is $96, which is good because I have to pay gas. And miscellaneous right now has 0. So miscellaneous really took a hit because I had purposely been putting a bit more money than normal in the miscellaneous category because I have some things I have to post, and postage costs a lot. But I had the thing on Saturday that took more money than I had, and so I had to pull from various categories to be able to pay for it. So this is one of the ones that got pulled. I would have normally also pulled, well, I did pull from fun and miscellaneous originally to cover where I'd gone into the negative, and then I had, so the balance that was showing for what is sitting on the card and then what I calculated should be in the account did not match because I haven't been tracking. So I had over $100 and something sort of unaccounted for on the card already. So I redistributed it out, and I brought fun up into $38.36, just to get it like out of the negative and actually give something in there just in case something happens this week. I don't think anything should happen this week, and I get paid on Friday, so before I go for brunch on Saturday, I will be putting more money in there. But I do have a baby shower that I'm going to, so I have an extra expense coming this weekend. So it's good that this will have more money in it than normal, because that will help to pay for that, because that's like a high tea fancy thing, and it's like $75. So groceries, like I said, it has 81. So these I just kind of, I do them like 3 in one direction and then 3 in the other, just because the folded part of the page makes them a little bit thicker, and put them back in their envelope. Oh, this envelope, I don't know why, but this one, the little part at the end, let me get those in, this thing, it always comes off, and I put it back on and then it comes back off every time I'm putting these in. I mean, I suppose I could just leave it off because there is no actual cash in these, and they do come out a little bit, but when they're in my purse, they're upright. Maybe if I got, oh, wait, what if I do, I don't know if this is going to work, but maybe if I just use a paper clip to kind of help keep it closed. Oh, but I'm going to ruin my cat. I don't want to do that. Maybe just doing it inside, catching all the pages, so it's not quite as thick, just so that, yeah, I mean, it's better than nothing. I'll have to figure out a more long-term solution, but I guess for now that will do, since this won't stay on. So that is what the envelope looks like with the trackers, and these will go in my purse or whatever bag I'm using for the day, especially if I know I'm going to be doing some shopping, just to help keep them up to date. And then this is what the book looks like. Now, normally in the past, I set it up for pay periods, just because that's how I like to organize it. And this one clearly is not set up for a pay period because it's the 19th. I get paid on Friday, so we're already halfway through this particular pay period, but I'm just sort of, you know, having the motivation today, so I'm running with it. So I filled in the balances that I calculated out. So we are doing over Striker. Work parking has 0 because I'm working from home right now. Groceries is 81, takeout is 0, miscellaneous is 0, fun is $38.36, Vizio has 19, transportation has 96. That will go down this week because I will be putting money, I will be putting money in the gas tank. So yeah, I don't know, I'm gonna try again. This is how I track them. I know it's clearly not ideal since I keep kind of messing it up, but I don't think that it's the system that's at fault for me messing it up so much as me. So I'm gonna try it again. I do also have an envelope over here for work parking, because while I've been off and working from home, before I started working from home full time because of my concussion, you could pay cash at the work parkade, and so I like paying with cash to a degree. And so when I thought I was going to be going back to work, actually no, it's not even when I thought I was going back to work, when I was sort of getting these cash envelopes figured out originally, I was like, I'll put actual cash in this one and just have it set and ready to go, and then once I start going back into the office, I will be able to just pay with cash, and that will be like Strikers where there's cash involved with the actual envelope. And then while I've been away, they've changed it, and you have to pay digitally now. There's an app that you have to use. There's no getting around it. So I had to actually move the cash out of this envelope, make it digital again. But then a whole bunch of things happened, and I'm not back in the office yet, so I've reabsorbed the money that I had set aside for work parking. It's somewhere else. I don't even remember where I put it anymore. It's not good. I had set it aside for work parking so that when I did go back, I wasn't going to have to worry about all of a sudden having money ready for it. But my budget, I don't really have space in my budget for just hoarding money like that right now. So it currently has nothing allocated to it. And when I do start going back into the office, I will have to start adding that back into my budget as an expense. But for now, this envelope just kind of lives off to the side because I'm not using it. So these are the 2 actual envelopes, one with cash, one just with a lot of paper, and the book that in theory, what I was going to do was at the end of every week, If not, just every day when I purchase something, come and update it with the date and then what I purchased in what category, just to keep a running tally of it in the book as well. I suck at it. I always say I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do it. And then like the next payday comes and I realize I didn't do it. And so then I'm playing catch up and it should be fine. But for some reason, the numbers that I end up calculating down to once I'm taking out the purchases never matches the balance sitting on the card. I get very confused. So I know it's not perfect, but I am trying. And this is what I have so far. And we're going to give it yet another try. This column, it's sort of if I come up with another category, or if I want to keep like a running kind of overall balance for what's on the card sort of coming down here. I don't really use it for that. I was originally going to, but I also originally had Striker's Money all as digital in here as well. So I just sort of, I don't. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna go. This is how it budgets out. I hope it all makes sense for everybody. Thank you so much for following along. If you have any suggestions for the digital cash envelopes or cash envelopes in general, I'd be very interested in hearing. I hope you are all having an absolutely lovely day. Stay safe out there, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.